For over 1,100 years, one empire stood as a beacon of civilization while empires rose and fell around it. It survived plagues that decimated entire cities. It withstood invasions from every direction. It preserved the knowledge of the ancient world, while Europe descended into darkness. This is not the story of Rome, not exactly. This is the story of something greater, something that outlasted Rome itself. This is the story of the Byzantine Empire, the empire that should never have existed, the empire that refused to die. But empires don't rise without architects. They don't survive without warriors, and they don't endure without sacrifice. Three men, separated by centuries, will embody this epic struggle. Three stories, woven through 1,100 years of glory, tragedy, and indomitable human spirit. Are you ready to witness the rise of an empire that changed the world forever? The year is 306 AD. The Roman Empire is tearing itself apart. The empire that conquered the known world is now consumed by the same chaos it once imposed on others. In the frozen forests of Britain, a military commander named Constantius Chlorus dies on campaign. He leaves behind a son, a young man of 31 years old named Constantine, a man born in a remote province, a man with no claim to supreme power, a man whose mother was a woman of no noble blood. Everything about Constantine's position screams that he should have been forgotten by history. Instead, he would reshape it. Constantine's rise was not written in the stars. It was written in blood. After his father's death, his troops proclaimed him Caesar, not the supreme emperor, but a regional ruler. This violated every rule of succession. Other men laid claim to the throne. Over the next 18 years, Constantine would fight battles from the Rhine to the Danube. He would watch thousands die in pursuit of his vision. But Constantine believed in something that no other Roman emperor before him had believed in. He believed in the power of a single god. October 28, 312 AD. Constantine stands at the gates of Rome itself, but standing between him and total power is his greatest rival, a man named Maxentius. Outside the city, near a bridge called the Milvian Bridge, Constantine will make his final stand. That night, Constantine does something extraordinary. He looks up at the sky. He sees something, a vision. Some say it was a celestial phenomenon, a halo around the sun. Others claim it was a dream. But in that moment, Constantine believed he witnessed a message from God himself. And that message was simple. In this sign, conquer. Constantine ordered his soldiers to mark their shields with a strange symbol, the Chi Rho, the first two letters of Christ's name in Greek. His pagan soldiers carried them into battle the next morning, not knowing they were fighting under the banner of a god most of them had never heard of. The Battle of Milvian Bridge lasted hours. Maxentius's army was superior in numbers. They should have won. They didn't. Maxentius drowned in the Tiber River as he fled. His body was never recovered. Constantine had won. Rome was his. But more importantly, Constantine had achieved something unprecedented. He had conquered an empire in the name of Christ. What happened next changed the world forever. Constantine did something no reasonable political leader should have done. He gave the Christian church power, wealth, legitimacy. He issued the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, granting Christians religious tolerance. Then he went further. He made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. History would remember this as a moment of enlightenment. But Constantine's contemporaries were terrified. A vast, ancient empire built on the worship of countless gods was being asked to believe in just one. The old pagan aristocracy saw it as the end of Roman tradition. The new Christian masses saw it as salvation. Constantine was walking a razor's edge between two worlds, but Constantine's greatest vision was yet to come. Rome, the eternal city, sat in the west, but the empire's wealth, its trade routes, its future, all lay in the east. The Romans had conquered a city on the eastern edge of Europe, where two continents met, a city that sat on the Bosphorus, controlling all sea traffic between Europe and Asia. The city was called Byzantium, and in 330 AD, Constantine made a decision that would echo through history. He moved the capital of the Roman Empire from Rome to the east. He rebuilt Byzantium, renamed it Constantinople, the city of Constantine, and declared it the new heart of an empire that would span the entire world. His enemies in Rome were furious. They called him a traitor. They said he had abandoned the eternal city. They could not have been more wrong. Constantine wasn't abandoning Rome. He was saving Rome. By moving east, he was moving the empire away from the barbarian tribes of Europe. He was moving it toward security, toward wealth, toward survival. Constantinople was a masterpiece, strategic location, defensible position, access to trade, but it was more than architecture and geography. It was a statement. Constantine had built a new kind of Rome, a Rome that answered to Christianity instead of Jupiter, a Rome that faced east instead of west, a Rome that would outlast every empire that came after it. Constantine died in 337 AD, just 7 years after founding his new capital. He never saw the full potential of what he had created. But the foundation was set. The Byzantine Empire, though no one would call it that for centuries, had been born. For over 3 centuries after Constantine's death, Constantinople would face unrelenting pressure. Barbarian kingdoms carved up the Western Roman Empire. In 476 AD, the last Roman emperor in the West was deposed, officially ending what historians call the Western Roman Empire. But in Constantinople, something remarkable happened. The Byzantine Empire didn't fall. It endured, it fought, it changed and adapted. And by the 6th century, it was ready to reach for glory once more. It was ready for Justinian. The year is 482 AD. Constantinople is a city of over 500,000 people, making it the largest, most prosperous city in the world. But it is also a city of tension. The eastern and western halves of the old Roman Empire have split. The western half is collapsing into barbarism. The eastern half, the Byzantine Empire, is struggling to maintain its grip on its vast territories. In this Constantinople, a boy is born. His name is Flavius Petrus Sabatius. He is the son of a common soldier. He has no aristocratic blood, no family wealth, no connections to power. The world gives him nothing. But Justinian will take everything. Justinian's uncle, Justin, was a military commander who rose to become emperor. Through his uncle's patronage, Justinian received an education forbidden to most men of his status. He learned Latin, Greek, military strategy, theology, and law. But more importantly, he learned how power worked. He watched. He learned. He waited. When Justin became emperor, he elevated his talented nephew to positions of increasing authority. Justinian eventually became the real power behind the throne, making decisions while his aging uncle held the title. And then, in 527 AD, Justin died. Justinian was proclaimed emperor. The man with no birthright had claimed the throne. But his greatest challenges and his greatest triumphs were still ahead. Justinian had a vision that many thought was impossible, insane even. He looked at the fragmented world around him and saw something others didn't. He saw the empire as it once was. The Visigoths controlled Spain. The Vandals controlled North Africa. The Ostrogoths controlled Italy. These territories were no longer Roman. They hadn't been Roman for generations. They belonged to barbarian kingdoms. But Justinian believed they should be Roman again. And he had the will to make it happen. From 533 to 554 AD, Justinian waged war across 3 continents. He sent his greatest general, Belisarius, to North Africa. In a single campaign lasting just a few months, Belisarius defeated the Vandal kingdom and restored North Africa to Byzantine control. Grain fields that fed the empire were reclaimed. Trade routes were secured. But Italy would be different. Italy would be harder. The Ostrogoths, who controlled Italy, had a leader named Totila, a man of legendary skill and ferocity. What followed was 20 years of brutal warfare, 20 years of conquest and rebellion, 20 years of armies marching, cities burning, and thousands dying for an empire they would never see whole. Justinian was in Constantinople, in his palace, safe and secure. But his empire was being consumed by his ambitions. The cost was staggering, the human suffering immeasurable, and yet Justinian never wavered, never stopped, never admitted doubt. Because Justinian understood something profound. This wasn't just about reconquering territory. This was about reclaiming the Roman past. This was about proving that Rome would never truly die, that barbarian kingdoms could not permanently replace the empire of Caesar, that even after the Western Empire's collapse, the Roman idea would rise again. By the end of his reign in 565 AD, Justinian had achieved what seemed impossible. The Byzantine Empire controlled most of the old Western Roman Empire's territories. Italy was reclaimed. North Africa was reclaimed. Spain was partially reclaimed. The Mediterranean was once again a Byzantine lake. And that's the story of the Byzantine Empire. If you enjoyed this documentary and learned something new, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories from history. This documentary took a great deal of time and research to create, so your support truly means a lot. Leave a comment below and let us know which historical story you'd like us to cover next. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.